stairs to the beach. Josie had the tunnel staircase built because the children were fed up with the cliff-top ocean view and no easy way to get to the beach below. To the children's uproarious approval, I proposed a slide so that they could zip down onto the soft shore and get all their energy out, swimming, building sandcastles, and trying to run on the tractionless surface of the sand. Then they would have to walk a mile or so around the cliff back to the house, and I wouldn't hear a peep out of them the rest of the day, I was sure. I could practice the viola or watch films that weren't oriented toward children whenever I wanted. But Josie insisted on the stairs to avoid long stretches of time when she couldn't see her adopted dependents. In the beginning, it worked fairly well. All 10 children loved hiking down the tunnel to be greeted by their own private piece of ocean. And by the time they trudged back up several hundred risers, all the sand had been knocked out of their crevices, so Roxanne didn't have to do much cleanup in the foyer. But once they'd had time to tone their legs and exercise their lungs, they were shooting up that long staircase so fast the sand had no time to dry, much less to let go of their sticky skin and sopping hair. "I can't go on this way," Roxanne told me. "As soon as I clean up the sand, another bunch of kids comes and fills up the foyer again." The look on her face called to mind Sisyphus at the bottom of the mountain, looking up. I patted her on the shoulder and went to Josie's room to propose a system of automated hoses to blast the sand off as the children approached the foyer. But she preempted my feeble stab at preserving civilization. "I'm so glad you're here," she said, turning from her giant desk in front of the picture window. Below, I could see all 10 children running around on the beach, collecting shells, getting tangled in seaweed, and throwing balls at each other. Mercifully, we couldn't hear the decibels of noise they must be making through the closed window. "They need medical training in South Sudan," she explained. "I don't know how long I'll be away. Will you and Roxanne be all right with the children?" "Of course we will," I reassured her. The moment I came back from taking Josie to the airport, I hunched through the tunnel and made an announcement with the water lapping at my toes. "Children, listen to me. You don't have to come into the house anymore. You can eat out here. You can sleep out here. If you need anything, just ask." The cheering went on all day, and at night they danced around a bonfire. Roxanne and I drank Chardonnay and ate, slice by translucent slice, the Iberico ham Josie had brought back from her last layover. We brought 3 meals a day out to the children on a large serving platter. It always came back through the tunnel full of sand, but we dumped it at the door. We went out for groceries or to the cinema. Roxanne only had to clean once a week. Once in a while, we looked out the picture window to see the children swimming or playing volleyball. When I witnessed one of them crack open a crab and suck out the entrails, Roxanne suggested we stop providing the food. "The feeding schedule is taking over our lives," I agreed. The day of Josie's return came and went unremarked, as the children built sand forts and played doctor. After 4 more months with no word, it became clear that Josie might not come back at all. "I think one of the kids is missing," said Roxanne, turning from the picture window, where instead of Josie's desk, we had a couch and side tables. "Just one?" I said. "How can you tell?" "Didn't there used to be 10? I can only count 9. "That's odd," I remarked. "I wonder if Josie would notice." A rogue wave whipped one of the girls off her feet and pulled her gasping into the wide, anonymous ocean. The remaining 8 lobbed stones at each other and screamed wordless nonsense we couldn't quell by shutting the windows anymore. I don't remember whose idea it was, but I was the one who placed the explosives at the bottom of the stairs and at the tunnel opening, and pushed the button as Roxanne plugged my ears. Let them try to figure out how to get into the house now. Like the tunnel staircase, the children had been all Josie's idea.